everybody, and welcome to the Indoor Adventures Presents Gold Rush, a Weird West 4th Edition campaign. Today is March 18th, 2024, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So, if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all of the proceeds of our merch currently go to help support Doctors Without Borders. So, if you would like to help support a good cause, consider going to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Again, that is indooradventure.redbubble.com. No S in there. Anyway, that's it for my opening spiel. Hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Bienvenido, Power Gamers. Hey, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Kid. We both go by he, him. He's a Genasi sword mage, and I'm Confusion.
Hello, chat. I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm going to be playing Trisannas, aka Tris. She is a Wilden Seeker. We both go by she, her.
Boy, I'm Cyber. I was fucking around with my hero cards while getting ready to go live with this, and I drew the moon, and I don't know what that means, and I'm terrified. I use he and whatever pronouns. I play Rakel. She uses she, her pronouns. She is a human shaman.
And I'm the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Carruthers Edelweiss. Ruth to his friends, Human Ranger, he uses yeehaw pronouns.
And that leaves just me. Howdy, everybody. I'm Wings. I'm the GM. She, her. Today I'm going to be running Gold Rush for y'all. But first, we should probably do the recap. So let's get right into it. Tris, Ruth, and Kid found themselves at the scene of Jedediah Snap's death at the hands of an exploding camera. Sheriff Lefty arrived and began processing the case and found that Jed had taken a picture of Ruth when he died. Tris tried to channel Mr. Snaps, who was shocked to be dead, but seemed more concerned that Tris was channeling him. He revealed that he'd been taking pictures of everyone who came into town, so there was a record of them after they disappeared. He managed to point them in the direction of the vault before something pulled him away. The posse retired to the inn, where they found that most everybody was expecting them to leave. Rakel flipped through the notebook she found at the cabaret and found sketches of herself, Kid, Trisannas, and the tribe member that she came to find, as well as a number of cryptic notes about people who entered the town. Ruth stepped out to wander over to Town Hall and leave a letter on Mayor Sissy's desk. Lefty met him with the train tickets she promised, but Ruth turned them down. She had a strange moment where she asked for help with the case and then forgot where she was. She then rushed him out of the office. The posse decided that it would be a bad idea to try and spend the night in Glimmer, so they went forward with a plan to break into the bank vault. Ruth found his way in through a vent on the roof and eventually bumbled into a vacant sniper's nest in the clock tower. Rakel climbed into a window and found the safety deposit boxes imprisoning the spirits of the town. Trisannas and Kid picked a lock on the ground floor and found the vault. Kid dipped into the clerk's office looking for the code, but Trisannas began putting in numbers at random on a whim, and a twist of fate, the door opened. So that's where we left off. I wonder who we should start with tonight. Let's go with Ruth.
Okay.
Just for the moment. Ruth, you were up in the tower. sort of snooping around this nest, trying to find any clues that
Your video's having a
Sissy
real
might.
struggle in time right now,
Yeah,
partner.
I got a message saying that is struggling. I don't know what to do.
Give it a sec.
Thanks,
How
Tyler.
am I still here?
You are still here, yes. Hey, it
You
looks
can hear
better.
me okay, right?
Yeah.
Um, Tyler's in deployment, so he's probably downloading a bunch of stuff.
I made sure to stop all of them before.
Like the sweet bean he is.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's start off. Ruth, up in hour. It's after midnight. You're looking down, and you can't help. It looks an awful lot like a miniature set, like a plaything, something for dolls. And while you're sort of like looking down, why did you stay up here? Like, it was the intent to like be on lookout?
Yeah, the intent was to be on lookout, but I believe last time in Nights in the Courtyard, you had wanted to specify a thing.
Oh, I'm
that
working my way up there.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm working my way there.
Okay, got it. Yeah, he had wanted to stay up in the watchtower with a clear line of sight in the event that in case the party got compromised, in case the heist did not end up going well, that he could then have eyed out some good escape routes for them to take. So then he could lead them on a safe path and possibly create traps or falls for any of the lawmen that might be chasing us.
Like, I definitely see Ruth doing that. And I think he does find a few good places to make y'all's escape if you need to get out of here in a hurry. But as you are looking around, your hand falls on a piece of paper, either like on a surface like a crate or on the ground, depending on where you're sitting or standing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly enough, a familiar texture to this paper.
I will look at it.
Okay.
I will investigate it.
You reach down, you pick it up, and it's a torn scrap of paper, but a chill runs through you as you realize that this is a letter that you wrote no longer than a few hours ago.
Ruth is... I'm going to do a roll. I know you're not asking me for a roll, but he is trying to think what is the fastest way to get back to his friends. One is to go through the air vents again, and the other is to just like hop down from the tower. Because if Sissy has read his letter, then she was in town. And if she was in town in a freshly vacated crow's nest, she probably has a good idea as to what we are doing. So I think he's trying to figure out which way to go. I'm gonna just roll a d2. 1 is through the vents. 2, he's hopping down. Through the vents.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So Ruth, do you keep this piece of paper? You drop it to the ground?
Oh, I'll keep that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we see Ruth looking at this piece of paper, and a look of shock goes through his eyes, and he turns around and rushes back into the vents. And then the camera will pan down to show the other half of this scrap of paper and reveal to the audience that yes, in fact, it is Ruth wrote. In the meantime, I genuinely don't know what would be the best order to do this in.
You have left the CC.
Oh. Not intentionally, I sure do. Lost network connection. That's fun. Y'all can still okay?
Yeah.
Fair to middle.
Let's just hop to a break real quick while we sort this out. So we will be right back, everybody. Yahoo! Howdy, y'all! We've returned. We're back at it, and hopefully, internet connection stays well this time. Wings, take us away.
I'm back. I'm here. And hopefully here to stay. Okay. Let's cut back to Triss.
Hello, that's me. I'm Triss.
Hey, Trisannas. You've been punching random numbers into the vault. It's a like a dial instead.
Mm-hmm.
You've been running random numbers into the dial for a minute or two. When suddenly there is a resounding click, a shuddering boom, and this enormous golden vault door begins to swing open just slightly.
Oh. What, like it's hard?
What is Triss's reaction to this?
Well, I guess I don't need the help of spirits. Kind of opens the door a little bit and looks inside.
What are you doing here?
Oh, hi. Are you
There's
alive or dead?
a voice behind you.
Oh, behind me?
Yeah, behind you.
Oh, boy. She does a quick spin around.
You see a little girl in kind of a nightshirt.
Hi.
Couldn't be older than like 6, 7.
Ooh, darling, I hate to ask this question so promptly, but are you dead?
What kind of question is that?
Well, as someone who sees spirits on a daily basis, it's not uncommon for me to mistake living people with dead people and dead people with living people, so it's always a good question to ask.
She sort of looks down at herself and she goes, "How do you tell?"
Usually you know. She's gonna reach out and like try and touch her face.
She kind of like steps back a little bit and looks at you like you're weird.
Right. Well, why are you here, sweetheart?
I heard a sound. You get the vault door open?
It seems so, yes.
Daddy says the combination's my birthday.
Ah, I can't recall what numbers I actually put in, but is that soon, sweetheart?
Roll me a d20.
Yes, ma'am.
Wings, what the fuck?
Haunted
That's a
ass
19.
kid.
A 19?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh.
6 3/4.
Well, a mighty fine age for a... You are human, yes?
Mm-hmm. Last
Mighty
I
fine
checked.
age. Well, do you mind if I take a look inside here? Or do you know what secrets are hidden?
She like looks behind you and then just sort of like shakes her head. If you know the combination, I guess you're allowed in.
Yep. Yeah. Sweetheart, shouldn't you be off to bed? It's much past dusk. Is that when you go to bed?
Spoken like as someone who doesn't know like how to deal with children.
Yeah.
Relate a little bit too much with this. So, like, how old are you? 3? Like, how are the SATs?
Hello, fellow youths.
You told her, shouldn't you be in bed? It's
Mhm.
I don't need to sleep when I'm protecting the town.
Oh, well, you are a mighty fine protector if you found me here. But as you pointed out, since I know the combination, I am meant to be here. So nothing you need to worry about.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
just sort of like shoos her off a little bit. Kid, you return from the clerk's office to find Triss shooing away empty air.
All right there, ma'am.
I am. Now tell me, kid, am I the only person in this room that you can see?
Now, if I were to say yes, would that be a problem for you?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Mighty fine. I got the door open.
Oh, congratulations. How'd you do
Thank
it?
What's his name?
Oh, that's just kid.
That's not a name.
Apparently it is. You humans have strange names sometimes. Perhaps it's a nickname. I haven't asked.
About what?
If your name is your real name or a nickname.
Oh, I don't rightly know. My daddy's found me out one day. Apparently, my parents died, and
Hmm.
so they didn't really know what to call me, so they just called me Kid.
It's a nickname, sweetheart.
Oh.
Hmm. Like sweetheart. Now you can tall on if you like. I was just gonna see my just look in the vault.
You like peer inside.
Mm.
Looks like a long dark hallway.
Mm. Honey, have you been in here before?
Oh, plenty of times.
Well, then you must know the way.
Do you want me to show you?
Oh, I would love that.
Okay. Wait,
Kid,
does he
well,
know my birthday?
of course he does. He's with me, youngin.
It sounds like you need to do some sort of deception check.
Ha 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 ha. I am good at those. I am diplomacy.
That's
We
not a
got a
skill in this edition, Danae. There is no
how does
deception.
intimidate sound?
If you'd like,
I don't
are
care.
you
Fucking
trying to intimidate her? Hold on, let me
Yes,
see.
I am a person of authority here. I
There's
am
a
older than you.
there's a lying skill, isn't there? Bluff, that's what it is.
Hmm. Oh boy, that's not great. Let's go.
Blech. 3, huh? She's gonna look him up and down, kind of walk around him a little bit. And then she's gonna
like
come back.
looking at your legs.
Yep. And then she's gonna come back to you, Triss. I think he's an outlaw.
Oh, I see. Well, outlaws should stay out of the vault then.
Oh, all right. I guess
Don't you
I'll.
go following us now.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'll be out here sweeping.
All right. And don't you tell anybody else about what you've seen here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What was your name, sweetheart?
Oh, my name's Kid.
Clay. Kaylin Clay.
Oh, like the mud. Clay? CLAY?
My daddy always said if I got in trouble, my name would be Mud.
Oh, well, as a wildin, I just love that so much, sweetheart. Please, lead the way.
All right. She'll turn around and step through the vault door.
Yeah, over the kid's shoulders, like, what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Kid lights up a
Okay.
cigarette in the bank.
Raquel, when we last saw you, you were running through the offices on the second floor of the bank.
Right. I
Um,
had gone through records. I'd gone through the safety deposit boxes, but not really finding anything that
like
she
is
could really interact with in
yeah,
either of those places
immediately.
she's
Yeah.
continuing through.
What is your intent as you're moving through here?
Find something to do.
Oh, okay. I like what is Raquel looking for?
At this point, anything, a place where she can find a way to unlock the bars that are separating her from the safety deposit boxes.
That works for me. You're rummaging through desks, you're opening doors and searching. Um, not familiar with this kind of architecture, I think. I think it's all a bit disorienting.
Mm-hmm.
When you open a door only to find that it is filled with the formidable, intimidating body of Sheriff Lefty.
Like alive or not alive?
She looks pretty lifelike, but then again, she hasn't moved.
Sheriff?
No response.
All right. I would like to check for if they are alive.
Okay. Um, that sounds like perception, insight, heal.
Hmm. We'll go perception. 21.
All right. Incredible. With a 21, I think that there's like a moment where the two of you just like stand like statues, sort of looking at each other. And then you eventually have to blink and let out a breath, and she does neither. And then you realize that she's not standing like a statue, she is a statue. She looks identical to the last time you saw her. The left side of her body, entirely gold. The right side of her body, porcelain painted. But she is completely stiff with no life to her, no movement. Eyes open, hand kind of outstretched a little bit as though she was reaching for the doorknob. And you see, actually, poking out of her pocket, are some keys.
Oh, I'll take those.
Yep. Yoink.
And I'll go back to the safety deposit boxes.
Incredible. All right. I love that. Uh, Raquel's a very straightforward person. Um, you return to the safety deposit boxes. You try a couple of these keys, and on the second or third, you find the correct key. It turns in the bars, or rather in the lock of these bars. And I'll say that these slide. The door slides to the side, and you're able to access the safety deposit boxes.
Now, are they also locked?
Um,
Or I guess even before that, is there any sort of uh, labels or indication of what or for whom everything has been deposited?
um, I I'm trying to like remember from my own exposure to what safety deposit boxes are like.
I mean, it
Um,
might just be like numbers and everything.
yeah.
And
I think numbers is probably the right go there. And they do all have like key holes on them. Um, but
uh, does it seem like it would be a different kind of key than uh
your ring of keys.
Yeah, because in my head, the keys to open doors would probably be bigger than the keys for safety
Yes.
deposit boxes.
Yes. I believe that there are some smaller keys on the ring as well as some larger keys on the ring. The smaller ones look like they would fit.
Okay, I will try a few.
Okay. Um, one or two of them don't fit, but you eventually find one that does turn in the lock and it opens.
I'm gonna take like the teeniest, tiniest bit of a peek, prepared to close it if
Mhm.
anything jumps out.
Uh, you look inside and you see translucent scales, sort of coating a coiled creature inside.
Would I recognize this kind of creature?
Yes, this is very similar to your own spirit companion. Um, this is it's similar to what Morabek is.
Well, hello. What are you?
It begins to shift slightly, and it has the scales have an iridescent quality to them. And you see it coil forward a little bit more. And you realize that some of these scales sort of gradate into feathers. And those feathers eventually lead to additional limbs. And a winged snake will just sort of like crawl up a little bit and look you in the eye.
Where do you need to be?
It sort of flicks its tongue. Um, how does communicating with spirits usually go for Rakel? Is it similar to this? Is it horse girling?
Uh,
I can
it
horse girl all day.
it's kind of coarse girling. There's a little bit of telepathy, but not enough to actually like form English words, just like feelings or images.
Um, it communicates to you that the place that it needs to be is the sky. It shows you sun, it shows you clouds, it shows you dappled rays on green grass. This creature seems to represent the relationship between plants and sun.
Well, right? Um, and I will, without like leaving the key in the lock, take the spirit and begin walking back to the window that I crawled in.
Okay. It'll coil around your arm as you walk. Um, and it'll taste the air. You see its wings open up and begin to catch the wind. And it sort of turns back to you and communicates like, what about you? What about the others?
Oh, I'm gonna go back
Okay.
one thing at a time.
It'll tickle your hand with its tongue, give it a slight rub, and then coil its way out the window, and you see it just sort of wind through the air. Not like a bird, like a snake. It just sort of winds through the air in a serpentine fashion with its wings just outstretched. And then there's a shimmer and it's gone.
Right, and then I'll go back.
All right. I imagine Raquel does this for a while.
Mhm.
You keep on finding a number of creatures in the same vein. Um, we can discuss this further if you'd like. But in the meantime, think I think yeah, let's cut back to Ruth, who is trying to make his way through the vents to try and find his way into the bank, having realized that Sissy is closer than he anticipated. Uh, give me a check of some sort to try and navigate your way through here. Checks that you could make to do this.
Dungeoneering.
Yep, that's one. That's one for sure.
Nature?
I would also accept explain to me why nature.
More nature in the like 5e equivalent of survival, like the ability
Yeah, like
to
tracking.
kind of.
Yeah.
So what he would be doing with nature is it would also probably work better as perception. But when he had gone into these vents, he had seen that there were pathways that were less dusty than others, and he's assuming that that's how Sissy got in. So at this point, he's looking to try and find a trail, essentially similar to
That
the one
works
that he
for
would have
me.
left.
Yeah, I love that. Go ahead and give me a roll for that.
Okay, I will do nature. I'm going to use an action point. Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, you hate to see a reroll that's worse than what it was before.
It's dark. I have no dark vision. I'm in a vent looking for dust. It's a bad time for the old man.
You do find dust. I'll tell you that. I think that what happens is that you try and trace your way through the vents. And what winds up happening is that you you realize before too long that what you are following is your own tracks through the dust. Because you realize that you're starting to go farther and farther up. You're about to like exit out the direction that you came in.
It's not a bad place to be.
It isn't a terrible place to be, no. You could continue on this path and then like emerge on the roof and then find your way down that way. Or you could turn back around in the vents and try and find your way in that way again.
I'm going to be vent boy. I'm going to try and find this.
Vent boy. All right. Yeah, this works for me. You realize that if this is going to work, you're going to have to pivot in your you're going to have to change your strategy a little bit.
Okay.
You close your eyes and you are brought back to a moment long ago when you were praised for your uncanny ability to sniff out gold.
Sneef, sneef.
Sneef, sneef. So you close your eyes, you take a deep breath. Give me another check of some kind.
Perception.
Either nature again or perception.
16.
16 ain't bad. I think that with your eyes closed, and only sniffing up a modicum of dust, you are able to catch Ms. Sissy's trail and begin tracking her through the vents.
Hell yeah.
Where you show up, we will find out later. Yeah, okay. I'll cut back briefly to Rakel. Rakel, when we come back to you, we see that like, there is a wall of open safety deposit boxes. And there is a number of creatures here. Some that are just kind of like are hanging around to see what you're doing. But the majority of them have left through the window. And while you are continuing to open box after box, at some point you realize something is different about the room, and you look over to that doorway where you found Lefty, and it is vacant.
Sheriff?
No response.
Did any of y'all see where they went?
Collective shrugs, blank looks.
Are there still more boxes?
Very few.
I'm gonna finish the boxes.
I love you, Rakel. Never change. Okay. Trisannas and Kid. Kid, are you staying outside like you were told?
Yeah, she's got this handled.
God bless you. Okay. Triss, you're walking down a dark hallway, with this child who has introduced herself as Kaolin. And it's quite dark in here to the point where like you can't really see her anymore, but you can, however, hear her footsteps. Um, any amount of conversation that occurs as you're stepping through the darkness?
No, I think she'll she's not one for small talk, so she wouldn't like, so how was your life?
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. um
Sorry, I spilled my beverage into my keyboard. I'm just gonna
Oh
take care
no,
of that real quick. So just a
that's the
little. It's
worst thing
okay.
that could happen.
Just a little. It's all right. Just buff it out.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. I've done this twice in the past year. I have literally had to disassemble my keyboard to fix this exact problem.
I'll clean it tomorrow.
Okay. You were walking through the darkness. And you can there's a certain amount of like sense for the person that's walking in front of you. And she's silent for the most part. But every now and then she'll say like, watch your step. There's a step down from here. And at some point her voice sounds different. And you can't quite place what's different about it. But she grows quiet for a long time. And finally she says, "You ever miss anybody?" You're muted.
Oh yes, I left my people behind long ago, and I do miss them from time to time. Is there someone particular you miss, little one?
As she speaks more, you realize she doesn't sound quite as young as she did before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wouldn't know what that's like. I never really left this town.
Mm. Well, you wouldn't ask without a reason. Who do you miss, little one?
I had a friend, and she had to leave, but I'm looking after things for her.
That's mighty fine of you. Keeps a memory alive.
Memory.
Powerful thing, if you let it be.
She's quiet for a long time after.
Oh. Is it much longer my feet are beginning to hurt?
Um, there comes a moment where like your strides begin to match pace. And eventually you realize that your footsteps are the only ones you can hear.
Miss Clay, have you left me? Well, all right then. I shall carry on my own. I go very cautiously forward.
Okay. Um, when you say cautiously, do you
Not
mean
stealthily, but cautiously.
all right? Well then give me a perception check as you make your way through the dark.
17?
That's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As you make your way through the darkness, you don't manage to run into anything, but you do have to go quite slowly. You slide your feet forward and you realize that there are some steps leading you downward.
Mm.
And you come to realize that the darkness is beginning to fade slightly. There's a mild glow.
Ooh. Sorry, I was looking at my stuff. I have
You've got a low light vision, right?
probably.
I have
Uh,
I have a memory of a few weeks ago. You said low light, my dear, low light.
That's very possible. Do I know where to look it up? No.
Let me punch Wilden into the glossary. Yep, low light vision.
Oh, yep. It's in my special census.
Sure is. What is?
Yes.
Let's
Can
see what
it's dark down here though, right? It is not low light. This is darkness.
it is gradually turning to low light.
Okay. Yeah.
When I say low light, it's there is a dim light beginning to break the darkness.
Yeah. Keep going.
As you step, you can hear your footsteps beginning to echo, as though you have entered a larger room. And you make your way cautiously down some stairs. And like probably like looking down at your feet, trying not to fall.
Yeah.
When you look up and sort of blink to adjust to the new light that is in here, you find yourself in quite a large room. And it rapidly becomes clear to you that the room is filled with people.
Can I make a check, a nature check to see if this room is warded?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. 21.
Ah, that's very good. Warded is an interesting way of putting it. There is a thick patina of gold in the air. More gold than you rightly have been near before.
Is this spent gold or is it? I mean, this is a vault. Is it like gold that is magic or gold that is
like is it applied or is it like in storage? That's
yeah.
I don't know if you can necessarily make that distinction.
Okay. All
But
right.
the room is absolutely filled like with a crowd of silhouettes of people just sort of standing.
She clears her throat and says, "Excuse me. I'm sure you haven't seen someone like me before or anyone in a little while. Does anyone rightfully know why y'all are down here or how you arrived? Step forward if you do."
There's no response.
Wonderful. All right. Let me see if I can relieve you of being stuck here. She's gonna start like trying to figure out if there is like what she can do to free these souls.
Okay.
She's guessing they're souls. I assume it's not just a bunch of people standing down here.
A lot of the spooky things that you interact with turn out to be souls in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Triss loves more than ghosts? Quiet people.
Oh, that's killing me. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna try and start to get to work and try and free these souls from being stuck.
Okay. What is your modus operandi? Like, how do you do this?
Well, she's probably gonna use some sort of magic to some sort of gold to see if she can break the lock on whatever this is. This ceiling.
Do you get close to any of them?
Sure.
Okay. One moment, please.
Let me pull up the combat encounter. Oh boy.
Natural 20.
Oh shit.
23 hit your reflex.
Just barely.
You approach one of these figures, and as you come within 5 feet of it, it suddenly animates, and reaches forward and takes your arm in a vice grip, and sort of pulls you into it. And what you see is the face of what seems to be a simple farmer, but it is completely still. And the hand that is on your arm is cold, and it leaches the heat from your arm the way that stone would. And it becomes rapidly clear to you that you have been grabbed by a statue.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. See if I have anything for this.
4 damage, by the way.
Okie dokie. Sorry, I'm checking my triggers. I don't know if there's anything. Oh wait, I do have a thing where I can teleport. What is that? You make melee attacks. Your turn. Sorry.
It's
Wasn't
okay.
expecting to be grabbed.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point of a surprise attack. While you're reading, actually, Ruth, your eyes closed and your nose up, you creep your way through the vents, and eventually find yourself on the other side of another one of those hatches that you found up in the sniper's nest. Little door handle in the wall.
Just gonna open it.
Creak it open, and as you do so, you can hear sounds seem to carry a lot farther, as though you were in a large room.
Oh. Uh-oh. Is it dark?
Quite. How's your vision in the dark?
I'm a human, so not good. But that's what my handy dandy bullseye lantern's for, or my hooded lantern. So I'm just gonna like.
Oh, you know what? What will improve this experience vastly, I
Yeah.
think. The statue that has grabbed you, Triss, there is a spider web of gold going across its surface. And that gold actually glows dimly.
Ruth sort of like looks around. Like, this is the same room?
Well, that's just rude. Please do not.
Ruth, you hear that, and you turn to look in the direction of that sound. And sure enough, quite far from you, there is a dim light. And the sound of a voice that sounds a lot like Triss.
I'm going to
what are you going to do, Triss?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to attack it so I can use my Voyage of the Ancients. So I'm just going to do a melee attack with it. A dagger. I haven't had to do a melee attack in years. All right, here we go. Roll. That didn't do shit. Let's see, the normal hit, basic melee, right there. I could. Oh boy. You know. I have something for this, right? I have a.
You got action point.
Action point, yes, that's it. I was like, what's it called in here? Oh, let's try that again.
I have said this before, but this particular group in this particular game rolls more ones than I have ever seen.
Roll 20 be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's not.
It's an 15 against Stacey.
A 15 would do it, yes.
Okay, so it does 7 damage, but she teleports 3 squares. away from these beings.
What are you attacking it with?
A knife.
Okay. So like this like statue of a farmer type person has like grabbed you and you lash out with a knife, probably like backhand and straight into the chest. And as you do so, it just sort of looks at you. And you watch that spider web of gold sort of suck into your knife. And your pocket becomes 1 gold heavier, as this statue goes dormant again. And then you teleport away.
Well, these statues are not souls. They are just statues. Perhaps? Maybe they're in the statues. Did it release anything when I destroyed it? Like, was
how do
there
you
a soul
mean?
released from this statue?
No.
Okay. Well, an army... And she's just talking to herself on the other side of this chamber. Well, an army
It does,
of
however,
statues-
seem to have made it no longer animate, though.
Right.
Tris?
Hello?
That you?
Is there a soul in here?
Well, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, just a moment. Is everything all right over there?
Are you alive or dead?
Last I checked, quite alive.
Stay away from the statues. They'll grab you. Is that Ruth?
Yes, I just, like, I'm just gonna turn on a light. Just a moment. It's, like, turns on a lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. They are standing awful still.
They're animated statues.
Mm-mm.
I don't believe they have souls in them, but I can't be certain.
Good. Love to hear it. Love to hear that. Wait, is this the
I'm in
vault?
the vault.
Oh.
Well, we're in the vault.
Did you see anyone else come in or going out when you were on your way in?
Just a ghost girl who turned into a ghost woman.
I'm gonna assume that's normal for you.
Oh, very.
All right then. I rightly don't know. Sissy is here. She knows that we're coming.
Does she now? Is Sissy dead?
Last I heard, no. Otherwise, the bounty wouldn't be up.
That's fair. So she's not the little girl I spoke to.
Unless things have changed, I don't think she has that kind of skill set.
Humans are strange.
Yes, we are. Now, that being said, where are the others?
Oh, kid was outside the vault after I opened it.
He's alone.
I told him to come get you, the rest of you. I'm not quite certain that he got the message, but...
We need to go back.
Why?
Because if Sissy's here, and our friends are left alone, you're going to be talking to spirits and not people here shortly.
Alright, well, give me one moment. I want to see if I can do something. And she kind of like rubs her hands together.
Ruth,
This conversation is happening across a room at least 25 feet long.
I imagine Ruth is just like sidling against the wall, like trying to edge his way over towards Tris.
Okay. That makes sense. I think that you get a fair distance before... Just one moment, please.
Yeah, take your time.
I will say what Triss is gonna do.
Mhm.
She is going to try to rewrite the magic since she has some of it, since she has seen some of it and has experienced the stone. She's going to try to rewrite it so that she is in command of all these things.
Intriguing. I love that for you. One moment, please. Simon, does a 28 hit your AC?
28, just. Yes.
Okay. Just double check something real quick. Yeah, that works. Okay. You see a bright light, green, green like poison, from somewhere in the middle of the room, that snakes across and bites you in the shoulder. And only after that is there a ear-shattering crack of a sniper rifle.
Love
You
that.
take 18 damage. Does an 11 hit your fortitude?
No, it does not.
This noise is loud enough for Kid and Rakel to hear.
I went from 23 to 5, y'all.
It's time for initiative.
Hooray!
Well, that didn't sound great at all. No, I didn't.
I want to imagine there's a very equally loud youch as he gets hit.
Where are we time-wise? Would this be a good time to go to break?
It would be, yes.
Let's do that then.
All right. So,
It'll give us some time to get stuff set up.
all right. So we are going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Hello, everybody. We have returned. As you can see, our combat screen looks horrifying, but that's only maybe just for us. Hey, Danae, take us away.
All right. When we last left off, Ruth was trying to make his way across the room, when he took a sniper shot to the shoulder. Now this bullet whizzed from the middle of the room, sort of painting everything in a venomous green glow, before connecting with Ruth. So everyone got a clear look at what the layout was like, before you are plunged back into dim light. Ruth, you have a lantern on you. Do we know what distance that gives you as far as light?
I can check.
Let's double check. Because that could be important as far as your vision. What with human
Within a
attacks and
radius of
everything.
10 squares provides bright light.
10 squares of bright light. I love that for you. Let me give you a good old-fashioned aura. To show what is bright light for you.
Perfect.
You probably... Can you see that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay. Okay. Well, it makes you seem very big and threatening.
Yeah, that's my aura damage.
Yeah. That's your aura of damage. I really thought I could bring down the opacity on that. Oh well.
It's fine.
One day, maybe. Do you know how? I could make it transparent, but not bring down the opacity. That's fine.
That's
Do that,
okay.
then.
You telling me these parents are trans?
You're so
support it.
silly. Okay. One of the larger silhouettes in the room begins to move. I believe that her speed is more than the rest of them. Meanwhile, that gunshot was loud enough that it could be heard throughout the entire bank, so Rakel and Kid are now aware of some sort of violence occurring. Oh, hell yeah. Speed of 8. That's tense.
That's fine.
Yeah, she runs right up to here. Trisannas, you see weaving through the darkness a large figure. And as she gets closer, she's gonna have to double move in order to get adjacent to you, so she won't be able to attack this turn. But you see Lefty actually running towards you. And as she's doing so, she's sort of like grabbing her left arm, and you watch as her hand turns into a drill. And for the remainder of this turn, she's bearing down on you. It is now your turn.
Oh boy. Okay. It's my turn. She's right up on me. I don't like that. I didn't ask for that. Okay. I'm better at a range. I don't know if she knows that, but I would sure like it to not be here. I already used my blip away action, so I don't really have anything that's up close. This this thing that I'm trying to do, this spell,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that I can do now?
Do you want to do that now?
I mean, the only other thing that I can do well, I can't, that's a reaction. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. That's not
What are you referring to as a reaction?
The Spirit's Rebuke, if they attack. A lot of my stuff is like if they attack me or if I do a ranged attack.
Got it.
Yeah. So I can't
All
do
right.
much with my powers.
Well, remember, you can always shift to move 5 feet back
That's
and
true.
get out of melee range without provoking,
Okay.
and still use your ranged attack.
That is very fair. Okay. Heck it then. I'm going to shift 5 feet away. And then do a rhyme strike, because why not?
Oh, damn. Get it, girl.
Blow your load right at the beginning, right? Am I right?
Right,
guys?
exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Who are you attacking?
Lefty.
Oh, okay. Which
I like
direction do
that.
you... Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Does a 26 hit the AC?
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's a natural
All right,
20.
so yes, it is.
Oh, is that a natural 20?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
What is that?
You don't have
What
a
is that?
magic item as your bow, do you?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. Next time.
Well,
Next time.
it's a rifle. Okay.
Oh,
It's not
okay. Yeah,
pretty.
right. Sorry. No, it's a rifle. Your gun that you whip out as you jump backwards.
So
So
instead
there
of 10, she should be doing maximum?
Yeah, you should do the maximum damage that's on your dice.
Which
Plus-
is
Plus everything else. You've got a D10,
D10.
and
Mhm.
it adds 6.
Yes.
So that would be 16 cold damage, and the target is immobilized.
Yep. And there is a burst within 5 feet of it that has difficult terrain.
Damn, girl.
Well, that was just
Also,
rude.
any creature that starts their turn and it takes an additional 5, so Lefty's taking 21.
Oh, Lefty, that's oh, sorry. Ah!
And she's dead.
Well, that's the rules, guys. If I draw a line through somebody, they perish. I can do this.
Dog.
I'll pick that dog.
Delete. There we go. Rectangle. That's within 5, right?
Yes, a burst.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yay.
So she's gonna go ahead and take that 10 cold damage that you did to her.
16.
16. Sorry, I was looking. I had already forgotten. And she's immobilized.
Yay.
Wow. L boned. Okay. Anything else for you on your turn?
I shifted. Is shifting a minor action?
Shifting is a move.
Okay. So that was my move. Major action and
Was attack. Yep.
Yep, and then minor action is I'll load my. I don't think I have to load, but
I don't think you
That's
do
it.
either, but it is very cool.
thank you. Just- Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Awesome. All right. Gold statue. Nope. 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 All of these statues appear to be dormant. Rakel, on your turn, you're going to run past Kid and sprint into the vault? Question mark.
So I have many creatures around me.
Mm-hmm.
Did they react to the gunshot?
Yes. A lot of them headed for the window, like immediately.
Didn't the camera blow up? Ah.
Though I think
Um,
Mirabek is like looking at you like expectantly, like
Oh, I don't have him out right now. I will get
Oh.
him out right now.
Mirabek appears and looks at you expectantly.
Yeah, and we run toward the explosion.
Just
hey,
for
kid.
Howdy.
sweet as pie. Yeah. I think that
Hey, kid.
just
have you seen Lefty? I borrowed their keys.
Nah, but I did hear a gunshot. That's probably
Yeah,
them.
I'm running there.
All right, I'll see you in there.
for the sake of well, shoot, Kid is like right on your tail. I think you both run in at the same speed. Y'all appear at the end of the vault.
Oh, there's Lefty.
Oh, hey. What? Oh. I do
Just-
have some actions that I would like to take.
You will be able to take those actions later on account of the fact that you had to spend your turn running in.
Could I have used my minor as I ran in to enter my ghost stance?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Cool beans.
For sure.
Uh,
In fact, Rakel, if you have any minors that you'd like to use, you can do that as well.
I think summoning Morbeg might have been it.
Okay.
Power. Yeah, Call Spirit Companion is a minor.
As they're running down the hallway, there is just Kid with like a cigarette in his mouth, and the smoke just starts billowing around him.
Nice.
Rakel and Morbeg are just running in and as if bringing a pizza to a flaming room just has the keys out.
If I remember correctly, your summoning can happen within like a certain distance. If you would like to, as you're running into the room, you can spawn Morabek somewhere in the room if you'd like.
It's close burst 2, so I guess here.
There. Okay. Let me grab you a Morabek. Yeah, I haven't made you a specific token yet, but I do have a little dog right there.
Dog.
Is that right?
I cannot see. I am legally blind. Roll20 froze on me.
Oh no. Refresh.
We can see it on the display otherwise.
Okay. I'll make sure that this is controlled by you, Cyber. Okay. Miss Sissy on her turn. Yeah, that's reasonable. She's going to move in this direction. Sort of take cover between these two statues. How far is that? 20 to 40. Well, I hate to be picking on you, Ruthie, but
That's okay.
does a
14
14 hit your
misses.
AC? All right. You learn to duck on the second shot. Krakow. That green shot blasts into the column next to you, spraying stone everywhere. You hear her kind of hiss a curse to herself and reload. Statue. Ruth, it's your turn.
Okay. So Ruth has a speed of 6.
Usually 6. Yeah.
6. All right, so I am going to
Yes.
go 5, 10. I'm going to leave the lantern here. I'm going to just drop it. I don't think I'll
Okay.
need it after this point. So then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd like to jump down into this little hidey hole between the stairs and the wall.
All right, you're leaving the lantern there.
Yeah, I'm leaving the lantern where
All
I
right.
was.
This is a little pretend Ruthie who is just a lantern. And I'll delete the aura on you
Okay.
so that we still can see where the light is.
I know that's 15 feet. In order to jump down safely, I probably need to make a roll of some kind.
Yeah. Give me an acrobatics.
Okay. 17.
Good enough.
Okay. And I basically just want to take cover back here, like trying to use the 15
Yeah,
foot
I love
rise
that.
of the stairs to give me some
love that.
cover
That's great.
against a sniper.
Yeah, I think that like anybody who is trying to target you from anywhere than directly here is going to deal with total cover. And then like partial cover
Okay.
on account of the bushes that you're crouched in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Statue. Cool. Lefty on her turn is immobilized. Let me just double check what that means. Cannot move, but can teleport or be moved by pull, push, or slide. She
Remember
cannot
to
do
take
any of
5
those.
cold damage.
Remember
she
to take
starts her
5 cold
turn.
damage.
Yeah.
Sure thing. That's going to bloody her.
Oh my god.
Which is a bad time for her. Let me put a. Can you do you happen to see these tint colors I'm putting on these things?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'll try and like remember to tint things red when they're bloodied. So she's bloodied, and you can see her like straining against this movement, or straining against like the ice that's gumming up her joints, as it were. Trisannas, while you're looking into her eyes, you can see that there's nothing of the person you knew before. This appears to be just an animated construct. She tries to struggle against that ice and realizes she's not going to be able to run up and get you with her drill. So you see her mouth just sort of like fall open like a doll's mouth, like literally there are 2 lines that fall down from the corners of her mouth. And there is a scream that you do not hear, and then you do, and it is horrible.
Ew. She takes 5 damage from the cold.
She does. That's
Okay.
that's what bloodied her.
Yeah.
Does a 23 hit your fortitude?
Boy, does it.
All
I
right,
don't even
that's
have to
8.
look for that.
That's 18 thunder damage, and you're dazed
Good
until
God.
the end of her next turn. Let's find a nice little thing to represent dazed. That's pretty good. Let's do that. Okay.
I am definitely bloodied.
Ouch. Hate to see it.
What is the surge?
A healing surge, right?
Yep.
I don't think I put that on you guys' character sheets, but is it on
I
the
have
crib sheet?
6. That's all I know.
Yeah. I believe a healing surge is a standard action. Yes, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll double check. Hour.
Yeah, heal is on the list of standard actions. Also, stunt.
Yeah. No, that's really funny. That's kind of a inside joke among my my original group. Not my original group, my home group. We can't figure out what the fuck stunt is. I pulled this crib sheet off of the internet, and it means something. And I've looked it up in the book. I've looked it up in the glossary. I can't find stunt.
I think it's like flipping.
Maybe, I don't know. That's what we've decided. Is just do a flip.
Do a sick flip right now. Takes your whole action, but it looks cool.
Healing surges are what you spend. It's a second wind. Okay. Yeah, second wind is a standard action. Character can take this action only once per encounter. So he or she can take it again after a short or extended rest. You spend a healing surge and you regain a healing surge you spend the healing surge and you regain all hit points, and then you gain a +2 bonus to all defenses until the start of your next turn.
I think a stunt is a cinematic action that you can do that isn't like on your character sheet. So if you're like in a room, you can pull down the tapestry and you can either -5 penalty to attacks or defense or skill checks for 1 round, a -2 penalty to attacks or defense or skill checks ongoing until the target makes a saving throw.
Where did you find
what this says? The internet.
Okay, send me a link. I'm very curious.
I will.
It's your turn anyway.
It's my turn. I can't.
It is your turn.
Right? I'm stunned.
You're dazed. Dazed is different than stunned.
Right. Hold on. I have the sheet.
You grant combat advantage, and you can only take 1 action on your turn. No immediate or opportunity actions, and you cannot flank.
Heard. Okie dokie.
So you can. So basically, when it says you can do 1 action, you can either do a standard, a move, or a minor.
I think you second wind here, honey.
I think that's a great idea. I would love to second wind.
I love this article you've sent me. Stunting in 4th edition.
I'm sorry. How does one second wind?
You're going to use your standard action to spend a healing surge. So you find out what your healing surge value is, you reduce the amount of healing surges you have by 1, and you increase your HP by your healing surge value.
Okay. 7 plus con modifier. Got it. I have done this.
Okay, I believe that your healing surge value is a quarter of your hit points.
Oh.
Right?
Mine was 6. Oh, well, that might have been
It's a set amount, I think,
yeah.
depending on class.
It's been a hot minute since we've done a combat.
Yeah, it's based on class.
Mine mostly.
Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Healing surges is per day is 7 plus Constitution modifier.
Yeah,
that's how many
it says
I have.
Healing surge value. Are you looking at your value, or are you looking at the number of healing surges?
The healing surges per day is 7 plus Constitution
yes.
modifier.
So your value is a quarter of your total hit points.
Oh shit. Okay.
I wasn't just barking up the wrong tree.
All right.
Okay. All right. Statue. Rakel, it is your turn.
All right.
All right.
I need to measure something.
Aye.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I would like mm, I would like just while walking in here and being very taken aback by everything that's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to share a glance with Morbeg, and Morbeg just look back into the room and sort of his antlers will start glowing as if a Patronus. And I am going to have him channel the spirit of the healing flood.
Ooh.
Which would affect Rakel, Kid, and most importantly right now, Tris.
Mm-hmm.
So until the end of the encounter, we all will gain regeneration 2 while bloodied.
Yo.
Which Tris is right now. And as a minor action, you can end this effect to regain 10 hit points.
Oh my god.
That's sick. What a great power.
And then I am going to
I'm gonna put a green dot on you guys to remind you of that. Also, sorry to cut in. I just remembered to do the saving throw on Lefty, and she did save. Sorry, continue.
I would like to move here.
Okay.
And you said the water is difficult terrain.
Yes.
Okay, then I would like Morbeg to move here.
Awesome.
There we go.
Just hopping down from bowl to bowl of this enormous fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Anything else for you, my friend?
Nar.
Beautiful. Where's this one? That's fine. One moment while I take care of some GM things. Cool. Kid, it's your turn.
Hello, that's me. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
I
What?
believe that ice square affects creatures, right? The rhyme?
LB?
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
Yeah, any creature that enters the zone or starts its turn there takes 5 cold damage.
Yes.
So that would include you, my friend.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Well, carry on.
How does Trisanna look versus how does Lefty look?
They look about the same, honestly.
Okay.
Trisannas is dazed. So like she looks a little bit dizzy. Whereas Lefty is rapidly breaking ice off of her joints and getting ready to dart forward with a drill arm of gold.
All right. I'm gonna take some damage here, but I think it would be funny.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be funny. So Kid charges up into the square. I take 5 damage.
Do you have low light vision?
I do not. I'm a Genasi.
So you have normal vision.
Yes.
Okay. in this dim light, you're going to take a -2 to attacks.
Okay. Cool beans. I am charging, which I can cast a spell while charging.
Mm. There is charging stuff.
Yes. So I'm going to charge into Lefty and cast Faux Snare.
Intriguing.
I don't know what the bonuses are for charging. I got to look at the crib sheet. Plus
I'm
1.
not- Okay. Awesome.
So it negates the light, or it just makes it less severe.
Less severe. So you're just gonna have a -1 to the attack.
Okay. That does not go, probably.
What is it?
11? Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
don't
reroll it
believe so.
with an action point.
Yeah, that works for me.
13.
13 isn't going to be quite enough.
Oh, well. I tried. I'm here now. I'm also going to use a minor to mark Lefty.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that was my move, my standard, and my action. That's it.
Alrighty. Ms. Sissy is going to swear again. And she's going to move over here to get into cover once more. She's going to line up a shot. Yeah, that's close enough. She's going to try and shoot Kid. 14 versus your AC?
I believe that's a miss.
Not great damage either on the roll, so maybe it's better if she hasn't hit you.
That is indeed a miss. Kid enters this icicle trap. There is smoke and ice whirling around him, and the bullet just skirts his cheek, and he just turns and looks at Missy.
She has shot this weapon a couple of times now. It's clear that it's a sniper rifle at first, or it is very clear that it's a sniper rifle, but the more that she shoots it, the more you realize that like each shot glows green. That green light is actually emanating from a snake that's sort of whirling around the bullet.
Okay.
It appears that she has a magic item, a Viper rifle, if you will.
I love it.
Viper
so much.
rifle.
All right. Statue. Okay. Statue. More DM things happening.
I think you might have removed...
Ruth, you see the bushes in front of you rattling the length of this arrow as it appears something is approaching you. Now it's your turn.
I will creep forward 2 squares.
Okay.
Is that close to the thing that's approaching me?
It's closer.
Okay. I'm gonna take out... God, I found a dagger in Sissy's, in her crow's nest. I'm gonna throw it at the... I'm gonna throw it at the gold statue that she's using as cover.
Okay.
So that is a attack roll.
It would either be a ranged basic or an attack that you can use as a ranged attack.
Let me see. I think it just has to be ranged basic because all of my stuff is for melee.
I think one of your things can be used as a ranged attack. It's the twin strike, I think.
Twin strike. Let me just check.
Yeah, let me stick my nose in that character
melee.
sheet.
Melee is twin strike.
careful attack can be used as a ranged attack. And Twin Strike can also be used as a ranged attack.
I think I'll do a careful strike then.
Okay.
Just because I am sneaking up on this and I want it to.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Here we go.
Yeah, you'll notice that there's two different in your powers. There's two different versions of the same attack.
Yeah.
The one on the left the ones on the left are melee, and the ones on the right are ranged. The ones with numbers are ranged. That tells
Gotcha.
you your regular range and your long range.
So 15 versus AC?
Yeah, let me check if that hits. I think it will, but don't quote me. Yes, it does.
And I think Ruth says, it doesn't have to be this way. And then he'll just duck back into the brush after he threw the knife at the gold statue in front of Sissy.
Okay. I forgot that you're aiming it at the statue and not the thing that's approaching you. Yep. Don't worry about it. You watch that knife bounce off of the statue. Have I let you guys take gold from these things from a distance before? I think I've made you do it in melee.
In melee,
melee,
yeah,
yeah.
not from distance.
Yeah. You watch the knife bounce off of it ineffectually.
Well, still doesn't have to be this way.
Okay. It, however, does not become active. It remains dormant. It seems that one has to be adjacent to these statues to activate them. Lefty, on her turn, is going to take that 5 cold damage. Dang, you guys you've really gotten her in a pickle, haven't you? She's going to try and recharge her Sonic Shriek. She does not. If she moves farther than 1 square, she's going to provoke. But that might be better than just sitting here and taking more damage. She's going to move and provoke from Kid.
Okay. Please. Dice gods, please. 16?
16 is exactly what you need to hit.
6 damage.
The dice gods have been merciful. She looks pretty rough, but she is still on her feet. She is going to make that Trisannas' problem. A 24 hit you? Trisannas?
Yes. Sorry. I said, yeah.
Unfortunately, that is going to be 12 damage for you.
Reduce it by 5.
Oh!
Ooh.
What's doing that? What does that look like?
Oh, okay. So, hold on. Some things are happening.
Because Lefty
Two things are
moves...
happening.
Yeah. Danae, wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Can we let Rakel do her thing first?
Oh, okay. Is Rakel doing something too?
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay, sorry. I just saw that thing pop up.
Mm-hmm. I interrupt to use Bonds of the Clan. I will have the damage.
Down to 6.
Mhm.
And then Kid's ability -5. So Rakel, Triss is only taking 1. And I think what it looks like is Kid raises his rifle as Lefty is going to strike and shoots the drill off course.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I love that. I'm reading Bonds of the Clan, and Rakel also takes half of the damage.
I can't do anything about that.
I mean, okay.
Well, okay, if my thing happened first, then Rakel is taking 6 damage.
Yeah.
What
but if...
what action are you using, Kid?
Oh, I'm using my Aegis of Shielding. It just
Okay.
happens.
Is it an interrupt or?
Let me see. If your marked target makes an attack that doesn't include you... Oh, it takes a -2 penalty, which doesn't matter. If it hits and the target is 10 feet away from you, immediate interrupt to reduce the damage.
Okay. Right, so she is marked. Got it. Okay. I was trying to figure out where that was coming from.
I
Got
marked
it,
her when
got
I
it,
entered
got
the room.
it. Threw that shit before I entered the room. Okay.
I
Okay.
will also do a thing as
Is-
a reaction
Okay, hold on.
to being hit.
Everybody's interrupts are happening at the same time.
This is the please hit me builds.
This
Both-
is an immediate reaction. It's not an interrupt.
Okay, let's resolve the interrupts first.
Okay.
Rakel's and Kid's moves are both interrupts, so we can choose whichever one is more advantageous for you guys to resolve first. Is that okay?
It's 12, 5.
But
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, we said that we would do Rakel's first, so Rakel's taking 6 damage.
Yeah, I think that's the better of the two.
Okay. Rakel, go ahead and take 6 damage, and then
Mhm.
you reduce it to 1 for Triss.
Yeah.
Okay. It was Triss who had a reaction, right?
Yes, Wrath of the Destroyer.
4th edition. Okay.
Right, bruh. You
I'm-
wanted this.
I did.
Okay, so a bloodied enemy attacks you or your ally adjacent to you, and make a melee basic attack against the triggered enemy. Let's go. Is an 18
18
hit?
hits. Yes, it
Let's
does.
go. Okay. So they take 4 damage,
Mhm.
and the enemy is dazed until the end of my next turn. Which is coming
Incredible.
up.
Lefty is hanging on by a thread. What are you attacking with when you do this melee basic?
I have a dagger, and that's all I have.
Okay.
Am
So
I not in the turn order?
you're right after Lefty.
I don't think it's showing
Oh.
for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll20 does that sometimes. Don't worry about it. Danae will call
Cool.
you.
Okay. It might have been that you. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know when your turn is. So a number of things happens all at once. There is magic from Rakel. There's a gunshot from a kid, right? And then as Lefty jabs at Trisannas with this drill, I think that, yeah, like the drill is like shot off course and just barely scrapes her. And as she does so, she's like leaning in, like her arm goes to the left of you as it's shot off course. And she basically falls into your dagger. And you hear the sound of porcelain shattering. And like directly over her heart, you can see that your dagger is like plunged into the soft gold underneath. And you watch as porcelain starts falling away. She is not down yet, but she's looking really rough. There's more and more spiderweb cracks like forming across her porcelain body. Triss, it is now your turn.
Okay, I would like to shift again.
Okay.
I don't want to be next to you anymore. No, thank you.
You do have regeneration too.
Regeneration?
So
Yes,
you
so-
regen 2 if you're bloodied.
Yeah, regen happens at the beginning of your turn.
So you gain 2 hit points.
I will go ahead and do a. I'll just do a basic ranged attack.
Okay. Lefty is granting combat advantage at this moment.
Okay. So I'll just roll twice. 21 hits for 13 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So she, as the dagger kind of pulls away, she kind of stumbles back, and with the dagger still in her hand, she pulls the gun up and just takes aim and tries to hit for that hole that she's already made, and shatters her from the inside out.
Okay. I'm going to take a moment. As you do this, suddenly you are no longer in the vault. Your feet are slipping in slippery mud. There's the shouts of people around you. Rain is pouring down in torrents. It is chaos. There is fire. The buildings all around you. You recognize it as Glimmer, but older, dirtier, not as polished. And you come to realize that you are in the middle of an outlaw raid on the town. You see a woman, very similar to Lefty, but not quite right. For one thing, this woman is human. And she seems to be trying to like take control of this situation. She's trying to direct people away from the flames. She's trying to protect people. She has a gun in one hand and she's shooting at outlaws. And she turns at the sound of something wrong happening to her left. And there is an explosion. She pulls her arm up to protect herself, but there is darkness for a moment, and you see the porcelain woman with the gold arm spider webbing from the left half of her body, and then she shatters. You're back in the vault, and the battle continues.
Well, she says next to Kid. That's interesting. Don't get close to the statues. They will attack you if you get close.
Do you mind turning this off, please?
Oh, honey bear, I actually cannot do that.
You can. As a minor, you can.
Can I?
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the rules text, but I like that Triss is like, I can't. I couldn't possibly.
Okay, I will. I will, as a minor action, turn it off. Oh, honey pie, why did you... You silly human, why'd you go in there?
I'm not human.
Right. I'm sorry,
I did it to protect you.
You're very sweet.
This is way past 6 seconds.
Dumb, but sweet.
Rakel, it's your turn.
If I wanted to jump on Morbek, can I do that?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And if I move Morbek, his movement, would that
count
work?
for both of you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I will allow this.
Okay. So we both have 6, so I'm jumping on him. 1, 2. Can I get here?
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'll move you guys along that path. Eek. There you go.
I'm not. I am not touching it.
That's me. I did that. Sorry.
I would like to really just kind of yell out look back to Triss and be like, oh, where's Ruth? And that's it.
Where's Hawk?
I have nothing else.
I guess it's my turn now. You muted yourself today.
Sorry, I was trying to fix the initiative so that Triss was visible.
This is a gap, correct, between the stairs and the walkway?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's where I'm hiding out on the other side.
Yeah. 4.
Before you finish that movement.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, hey, a snake.
A vine whips out and tries to grab your leg. Yeah.
versus
24 hit
14.
your fortitude?
I think so.
All right.
Oh,
You
most
are able.
definitely.
Yeah, you're able to complete that movement, but however, you take 7 damage and you are now grabbed.
I guess I'm gonna turn my attention onto you. Maybe you shouldn't have grabbed me.
Maybe you ought not to have done that.
I hit him.
Do it.
11.
That's a good question. Let's see. No.
No, I'm not doing well. There's me. I'm grappled.
Dang. Miss
Oh,
Sissy.
actually, that would've been a funnier option. Oh.
Are you playing for the lulls nowadays, Mr. Sir?
Well, I could lightning lure him to break the grapple, but
You could.
yeah, that's post anyway.
Ms. Sissy is going to. Who seems to be the threat at this moment? Oh, you know what? It was Trisannas that broke Lefty. Let's do something about that. You guys hear a shriek from the other side of the room, as Miss Sissy steps out of cover. She has her hat down over her face. However, you see her long curly hair beginning to raise off of her shoulders, as though animated. And she points that rifle at Trisannas. A 23 hit your AC?
Oof.
Does.
All right, 10 damage. A 23 hit your fortitude?
Yes, most definitely. I don't even have to look at that one.
All right. You're going to take ongoing 5 poison damage. Save ends.
Okay. You said 10 damage?
Yes.
Immediate interrupt, reduce the 10 to 5.
Reasonable. That snake connects with your wooden shoulder. And you see it like this spectral snake is just like latched onto you, and just sort of gnawing on you. Get off.
Go on now. Go on.
Go away. Great. Okay. Sissy reloads. And even from this distance, you can see the tears pouring from her face. Gold statue, gold statue, gold statue. Ruth.
I'm gonna use one of those healing surges I've heard so much about.
Not until your turn.
Oh, okay.
That thing that came, or
Hey.
that was coming towards you,
Hey, little
pops
guy.
out of the bushes. Does an 18 hit your fortitude?
Oh, yes, I do.
5 damage, and you are grabbed
Yeah.
as this plant wraps around your leg.
Immediate interrupt. I don't have that target marked.
God, you wish.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Ruth, now it is your turn. What's up?
By the by, you do take the 10 because Miss
you're
Sissy is
right.
not marked.
Oh,
That is my bad.
That's okay.
Well,
would you have? What is your marking method? How do you do that?
Yeah, I have to be within close burst 2 of them.
Got it.
And
Okay,
then I
just
select
checking.
them as a minor.
Got it. Just checking.
righty.
I'm seeing if you could have done it. Okay, Ruth, it is your turn.
Yep, just checking.
You're grabbed.
Oh boy. It's bad.
It's not good, that's for sure.
I'm gonna do a sudden strike. Get the hell off me.
Okay.
23 versus AC.
That hits.
10 damage.
Ouch, it's bloodied.
23 versus AC.
Ouch, yes.
8 damage.
It's dead.
Go on, get. Dang, I'm harming.
You are no longer grabbed.
Just gonna sit here and nurse my wounds. I can't really do anything.
Oh my god. All right, these statues are where they are at. None of them are active.
Let me wait, hold on.
Lefty.
Let me check the crib sheet real quick. Okay, minor
Okay,
action.
okay.
Yeah, I don't have any potions or anything like that I know of, so good.
Lefty is dead. Trisannas, it's your turn. Can you see yourself in the initiative now?
I can. Look at me. I'm there.
Yay.
Owie zowie. I'm gonna go ahead and use a surge.
Well, you have Regen 2, and while you have this, you can end the effect as a minor action to gain 10 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Okie
So you are also poisoned.
Uh-huh.
Your dazed has gone away.
Okay.
So let me remove that.
Do I take poison at the beginning of my turn?
Yes. And you
Okay.
save at the end.
Right.
So,
okay.
but you also, like, any ongoing effects happen at the beginning of your turn.
Right. So at the beginning of my... Well, either way, I take 5 poison damage.
You would take 5 poison damage and regen 3. So just net it out to 3 poison damage. Or 2. Sorry.
Okay, because I
Hold
had
on.
3 HP at the start of my turn.
Okay.
Well, then you'd
So if
go
I take
down
the
and then go
poison
back
damage,
up.
You do
Would
not
I
regen if you
I'm
have
down?
0 hit points.
But does the trigger for the regen happen before the trigger for the poison? Because if you gain the 2 and then... Or no, it's you take 5?
Either way. Yeah,
This is
either way.
an
Okay.
extremely niche situation.
Right.
I'm
Even
okay.
if I regen 2, I'm
Then you're
still going
at
down.
5
I have...
and then you go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd be at 0, which is not
Versus-
negative.
Yeah. Versus going to 0 and then... Or I guess you'd go to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes you down to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Damn. Okay. Well, it is now time to bring out death saving throws.
Oh, fudge.
Daylight savings throws.
Daylight savings throw.
The last yell of sunlight to the throes of
Why?
daylight
Why?
savings.
Why would you say something like that? Oh my god.
I can look them up if you tell me what book they're in.
Well, they should be in like the player's handbook, right?
Player
Okay.
handbook
That's it,
1.
yeah.
I'm trying to find it in the glossary right now.
The
Make
internet
saving throws
knows.
on turn 3 failures and you die. Roll 20 plus and spend a healing surge. If HP
Mhm.
becomes bloodied value as a negative, you die.
I mean, that's similar to 5e. If it's half your health.
Okay.
So if you
So at
roll a
the
20
end of
plus,
each-
you can spend a healing surge and then...
You need to make a saving throw at the end of your turn. So I went down at the beginning of my turn, so I will need to make a saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you finding this?
I wikied it.
You wikied it. Okay.
It's the D&D 4th Ed wiki. 4th E wiki. I rolled a 5. Okay.
That's 1.
Would be
Oh.
this.
That's one.
Wings, page 295. Player handbook 1.
Okay. I finally found it on the glossary. Yeah, okay. Yes, so that's 1 failed save. Indicate that somewhere.
There's a checklist on the sheet.
Cool. All right. I believe any ongoing effects end when you go down.
Yeah.
That seems like the most likely to me. Rakel, it is now your turn.
Well, shit. All right, my move is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would like to get here. Shit, I'm not broadcasting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to get on this
Okay.
space.
All right. What you can do is click and hold on your token. And then you can right click any of the squares that you want to move to.
Okay.
So like you can do something like this and you can watch as it.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it it even tells you how many squares you're moving while you're doing that.
Whenever I'm there, I do want to hop off of Morbek, and how I still can't see Ruth.
No, I'm tucked in there.
Yeah, not yet.
You heard me. You heard me yelp.
Oh shit. Would I have heard? Because like I turned around to Tris and I turned around to Tris and asked, "Where's Ruth?"
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
I would have seen her drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Where did I start? I started here, right?
Yeah. Thereabouts.
Shit. Yeah, okay. Yep. Let me undo all this.
Okay. Talk me through it. What you doing?
I am. Okay. I think I would like to try and use Healing Spirit. I don't know how it works.
All right. Let's have a look at it.
You or one ally in burst. It is a close burst 5. So like if I would have seen her go down, I would have backed up enough spaces to
Okay.
Healing Spirit or
Close burst 5. Let me double check that I remember what a burst is. Yes. Okay. So it's basically any square within 5 feet of you.
Close.
5
means it has
squares.
to
5
originate
squares.
for me. Burst means it comes out in a radius from me, and it has to be
Yes.
5 away. So I just need to be 5
Yes.
squares away.
You
Yes.
are.
Okay, so that's gonna be my minor action.
Like here, I can draw a square. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tris, you can spend a healing surge.
The square that I just drew is the close burst 5 around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. A healing surge for Tris.
Thank you.
Um,
Am I under the right assumption that the death saving throws go away when you regain all your hit points?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know that in 5th edition, they remain with you.
Do they?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Even if you get back up?
On it.
I don't think they do.
No, they reset in 5th.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, okay then. I'm willing to believe that.
And I believe as part of that, another ally adjacent to my spirit companion can get hit points back. I am the only ally adjacent to my spirit companion, so I will take those 4 hit points.
Okay.
And since that was my move, I can't do another move, right?
Right.
You could spend an action point to make a move if you want.
Yeah, but that's too complicated, and I'm not going to do that.
Or like You can use your action to move. You wouldn't get an action, but you would be able to move.
Would I get my movement? So 6 words
Yes.
again?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe actually a dash gives you an extra 2 squares of movement.
Okay.
This was something that was brought up to me by another player.
Okay, if that's right, then I'm going back to my original space.
Sounds good to me.
And that's my turn.
Excellent. Thank you for your patience as we figure these things out. Okay. On the Bloodthorn Vine's turn, over next to Kid, it's gonna sustain its grab as its action. You're gonna take 8 damage.
Okay.
And then as its move action, it's gonna try and pull you. Off of the cliff there. And try and do you some falling damage. Give me an athletics check to resist.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, buddy.
I'm rolling poorly tonight.
Oh, buddy.
It's okay. I'm gonna crit Sissy and kill her.
10 damage. Ow. Okay. Kid, it's your turn.
Yay! I get 2 HP back.
You do.
Oh wait. 11, and then I'm going to use a minor action to dismiss to gain 10.
Okay. I'll remove that green dot.
Fresher. All right.
Rassafrassum.
Sassafras looking ass.
What is that thing that we have on you?
Grappled.
Grappled. Got it. Okay, sorry.
I hate it with my melee basic.
Okay, get it. Get his ass.
Actually, is this gonna do more damage? That's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna booming blade it.
Okay.
So if he tries to drag me, he's taking some extra damage on his turn.
I love that. That is the move, isn't it?
27. This thing's dead.
Oh my god. What's the maximum damage on your? It's 10, isn't it? Yeah, that's already.
Wait, no, it's a weapon dice versus AC. What does my?
Yeah, you rolled max, my guy.
Yeah, you rolled a crit, and then the dice that rolled was max. It's not dead, but it is bloodied.
And it's booming bladed.
It is booming bladed. We'll resolve that next
There's
turn.
just a crack of thunder as Kid just lays a fist into the plant.
What this looks like is that the plant drags him down. There's a thud, a scuffle, rustling branches, and then just a crack of thunder from his back in there.
From the angle, you just see like the stairs and the thing he fell through, and then you just see a thunderbolt hit downward.
Incredible!
Like the all-out attack animation from Persona.
Yeah.
I love that.
From down there, you just hear, "I'm all right."
Incredible. Okay. Miss Sissy on her turn. Rakel's running at her and looking rather frightening. So, let me see. Are you in range for this yet? No, you're not. Yeah, she's just going to face you down. You're close enough now that you can see the tears streaming from her eyes. And she just lines up that Viper rifle and takes her shot. 21 versus AC.
Yar.
11 damage. However, an 8 doesn't hit your fortitude. The snake does not latch on. That's her turn. She's going to stand there defiantly and wait for you to get closer. Statue. Bloodthorn Vine is dead. Ruth, your turn.
Well,
Okay,
I didn't.
and
Oh.
what?
Ruth's turn. Sorry. It's okay.
So the greenery counts as difficult
terrain,
right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so that would be out of my 6 squares of movement, 2.
1, 2. Yep.
Could I then hop here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. 3, 4. No, I can't get to where I need to. So I'm gonna get to the edge of the stairs over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
you can move 2 more from there. Do you want to stay in the?
Or
Oh, you're staying in.
I would be 5 feet away. Would I be able to shift into Sissy?
A shift is a move on its own.
Shift is a move on its
unfortunately.
own. Okay, no worries. Just wanted to check because I would have been like, I would have gotten right next to her or right next to, like, not next to her, but like a square in between, and that's too much danger. So I'm just gonna move, I think, to right where I am, but then I'm going to use the action to perform that heal on me to gain 6 HP back, so I go up to 13, which seems like a much better thing for me. But let me just check here real quick. Yeah, because the heal is the full round action, so minor action, I will designate Sissy as my hunter's quarry.
Oh.
So attacks that I do against her will do an extra 1d6.
That seems bad for her. Anything else for you, my friend?
Nope, that's it. That was action.
Trisannas, it is now your turn.
Hello. So on my range for my my ranged attack, it's 20 to 40. That is squares, correct?
Yes.
Oh, just making sure. Because Miss Sissy is just hanging out, I'm going to use the Thorn Cloud shot.
Incredible.
Does a 15 hit AC?
Let me double check. Yes, it does.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. So 14 damage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The attack creates a zone in a burst centered on the target. The zone lasts until the start of my next turn. Sorry. Any creature that ends its turn within the zone takes poison damage equal to my wisdom modifier, which is 4.
Okay, let me place down that zone for you.
So I stand up, cock my gun again, take aim, and say, well, that wasn't kind at all. And then I get 2 back. And regen at the beginning of my turn.
I think we said all the ongoing effects stop whenever you go down.
So I don't regen?
Yeah.
What was the regenning from?
From
Connor.
You were regenning from an ongoing effect, but then you went down, so it went off.
Cool. All right. Then is standing like half movement in this?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a stippy step behind this here pillar.
It is a move action to stand up from prone.
Full move?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I stay right there. And I should not have the green on me anymore. I don't know what this...
Or the poison.
Yeah. Is that what that is? It looks like a bowl of robin.
By the way, LB, if the creature space is... oh, no. Okay, it's not occupied. That's an interesting rule.
Good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that is my move, my full action, and that's it.
Okay. Statues, and then Rakel. We cannot hear you.
I would like to like Link backflipping off of Epona, just send Morabek forward
Okay.
toward Sissy.
This activates the statue next to Sissy. It's going to reach out and try to grab Morabek.
I had a question about that.
Yes.
So at the start of each of the turns that are inside of the square of the thorn cloud shot, it would have taken damage equal to the wisdom modifier.
Right.
Okay.
However, when they are dormant, they don't
Gotcha.
take any damage.
Sounds good.
15 versus reflex on Morabek.
What is the amount of damage?
It's 3.
So the spirit can be targeted by melee attacks. If a single melee or range attack deals damage to the spirit equal to 10 plus 1,
It has to do it.
Otherwise, it's unaffected.
Exactly. So it tries to reach out and damage him. However, he is still grabbed if it hits his reflex.
He doesn't have a reflex.
I don't know if that's right. Tyler.
It's Morbeck shares the same defenses.
Morbeck shares the same defenses as you.
And that was 15 versus reflex. I have 13.
Okay. It would hit. It would do no damage. Morbeck is grabbed, which affects nothing but his movement. He is adjacent to Sissy.
Literally, the statue's holding the dog up to bite at Sissy. It's okay, he doesn't bite.
Incredible. Continue your turn.
I have to look at things.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna use Stalker Strike. 9 against Sissy's Fort.
I don't believe that hits. Do you still have an action point, though?
Yes.
You can use that action point to re-roll that attack. If you would like. A 16 absolutely would hit her fortitude.
Okay. She will take 6 damage.
Nice. This bloodies Sissy.
If the target is okay, the target is not bloodied yet. Okay. Cool.
All right. Cool. I'm just gonna put a dot on her to show that she's bloodied. That's just easier for me. Okay. Bloodthorn Vine is going to sustain its grab, doing 7 damage to Kid.
Don't do
And
that.
regaining 5 hit points. And then he's gonna drag you.
Okay. He takes 5 thunder damage, so goodbye 5 hit points.
Goodbye, 5 hit points. Kid, it's your turn now.
I smack it.
Do it.
That'd be wild
What would be wild?
if I booming bladed again. 25 to hit.
This kills the this kills the Bloodthorn Vine.
So from over in this corner, you just hear like scuffling noises, and then boom, boom.
Kid, you're free.
I'm free. I'm gonna use my movement. I can do
Please
that,
do.
right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. You're not dead. There you go. You're good.
1, 2. I could hop over this stairway, right, to get to.
Yep. Yes, I will allow that.
Do the Dukes of Hazzard slide. 5. Oh, this guy actually moved me closer. Thank you. avoiding all of
are
the
you-
sentinels.
Are you running past them, or you're avoiding them?
You told me that I could jump over the stairs, so I literally
Yes.
went this way.
Okay, cool, great. Continue.
I have a minor, I believe. Give me one moment. I haven't looked at the sheet.
Are you close enough to mark now?
No. I have another minor.
Wait.
Probably. Minor, standard. No. Wait, when does this happen? I'm going to use this round to... Is it... Action... Until the end of your next turn. Okay, so I'm going to use my... So it's going to be the turn after this one that this goes away.
Okay.
I'm going to use... Actually, no, I should do that on that turn to get more damage. Nope, that's it. I end my turn. Sorry.
Doing nothing else?
I'm doing nothing. I'm just moving. I only have a
No minor?
Nah. Can I cry as a minor?
That's
Yeah,
a free
you can
action.
Yeah, crying's a free action.
I use a minor action to pick the thorns out of my skin.
Ouch. That's fair. Sissy. Now it's really interesting that a spirit companion is what has come to attack her.
I think it's poetic justice.
I don't know what the spirit companion is immune to. Does call spirit companion tell you everything about it?
As far as I know.
It can be targeted by melee or ranged attacks. Interesting. So the thing that she would use would not be able to hit it, but I don't think she would know that. So she's going to use it anyway. You watch her throw her hat off. Her hair turns into snakes and she glares at the spirit companion ineffectually. But everyone recognizes what this is. A Medusa. And as a
Medusa?
No, she's Miss Sissy.
she's Miss Sissy. Yeah. Which would be this. So yeah, that would not affect him. But I guess it would turn the stone back to stone. Yeah, why not? Oh, she's in a poison zone. What happens while she's in poison zone?
That's at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
She'll take extra damage if she stays
at the end
there.
of her turn. Okay. Yeah, she's shifting 3 squares out of it.
She's shifting.
Yeah, she's shifting. Which wouldn't provoke opportunity attacks. Statue. Bloodthorn Vine. Which statue is this one? Hold on.
The one below the green circle? Or square? If you're
Oh,
talking
this
about the
one was
first-
supposed to go after Triss. That's okay. I'll adhere to what I've done. It's just Holden. Ruth, it's your turn now.
Hey, well, here we are. End of days.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am going to... I'm trying to think what Ruth would do. I think he just... 5, 10, 15, 20, or, 4 squares, as it's called.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to get...
She's already used her reaction, so she can't use that attack again.
That we know of. He's going to get right behind her.
Uh-huh.
And I think he'll just say again, it didn't have to be this way. And then 24 versus AC.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that hits.
So then the hit would be 2 damage,
Uh-huh.
but then it's an additional 6 from the Hunter's Quarry. Because I think
Okay.
that rolled separate, or I think that roll was included.
So the way to read this, your twin strike,
Yeah.
it has 2 different attacks at the
okay.
top. And then it's the 2 different damages at the bottom.
Okay, so it against her it would have just been 2, and then I roll for the hunter's quarry damage, which is an additional 3.
Yep. She is bloodied. What weapon are you using to attack her?
It would be the axe, and the axe, I believe, does special things when I am bloodied. The blood,
Which you are.
Yep, the blood crazed weapon. I don't see where that is. I see the item, but I don't see what the increase.
What it does.
Yeah.
Did I send it directly to you in the Discord? Is it in the Gold Rush channel? Because I don't have what it does written down in your character sheet, I don't think.
I can quickly look it up on the SRD.
A blood crazed weapon, right?
Yeah.
Blood crazed hand axe. Yeah, it doesn't have. Actually, I should have it in my notes. 4th edition.
Notes.
What? There is no modifier called blood crazed?
It might be battle crazed.
Oh.
Yeah, battle crazed weapon. It gives you a plus d6 on criticals.
Okay.
And while you are bloodied, you deal an extra d6 of damage when you hit with this weapon.
Okay.
You also have a daily power, which should be amongst your powers, that does other stuff.
Makes you considered bloody.
I already did my daily power of sudden strike.
You can do okay. You don't get 1 daily per day.
Oh.
That just tells you how often you can use that specific power. So if you have multiple encounter powers, you can use each one of those powers once per encounter.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you have multiple daily powers, you can use each one of those powers once per day.
I only have the 1 daily power right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just checking.
Okay. I still get an additional d6 on top of that for 1.
Yeah, then go for it. Show me.
Yep. So
1. Okay.
I rolled 3d6 and got 5.
Yeah, right? Love it when dice are mean.
That being said, I am up on her.
Okay. Trisannas, it's your turn.
All right. Second verse, same as the first. Let's see.
She is still just barely within 20 squares of you.
Okay.
Damn, it's good to be the ranged character.
Hell yeah, bruh. Okay, I am going to do the biting swarm on her.
Okay.
Which is not an area effect. So 17 to hit.
Let's see.
Right damage.
Yes, that will hit.
And she's going to take a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the start of my next turn, as the bullet the bullet leaves my gun, and as it does, a single fly and then many flies form around it, and it hits swarming around her vision.
Okay. So how does she die?
Oh shit!
Hey.
The bullet hits into her chest, and Ruth, you just see sort of it hit her in the back, and the flies just start crawling and swarming from her back over to her chest as she there's no exit wound. She just falls to the ground as these flies begin to take her body.
She explodes into gold, right?
Well, explode is an interesting way of putting it. I think that what happens is that she's covered in flies, and then eventually those flies begin to meander away, and there's a pile of gold coins left behind.
Dope.
I like the idea that the flies, along with her, turn into gold so that they tinkle onto the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's some delicious and dungeon shit right there.
Well,
Well-
that's something.
Just grab, snap your suspenders and walk away.
No, I mean, if Ruth is right there, I think that he'll.
Because I think what it is, you got your hatchet in her back, like she's arched backwards, and then like that bullet shoots into her chest, and then she's enveloped in flies, and then there's just a pile of gold left behind.
Yeah, I think he'll drop to his knees and just start, like, picking up gold.
All right. Well, with the end of that combat, you all find yourselves in a suddenly much quieter vault, surrounded by statues, which have gone truly dormant now. You watch the gold sort of leak out of the veins that were lining their stone bodies, and they tinkle to the ground. And that is where we will leave off for this week.
I have one small vignette because I know I'm not gonna remember to do it next next week.
Okay, if anybody has any quips or one-liners, do them now.
Kid standing there amassing the gold that's pooling away from the statues, and then looks over, sees that Ruth is picking up gold that Sissy had dropped, sighs, and he loads the bullet with Sissy's name into his gun and fires it once into the air.
Okay.
Hell yeah. All right. But
oh shit, that's actually a really hard look. It's you okay, we just have like a scene of like kid like standing amongst these statues that are leaking gold dust, right? He sighs, looks down, we see the bullet with Sissy written on it. He loads it, the music swells, he raises the gun and then shoots it into the air and the screen goes black. Credits.
hell yeah.
Actually, I'll save that for Nights in the Courtyard.
That is where we will call it for tonight's session. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. I had an absolute blast playing in this game, but I always have a blast whenever these folks are on the channel. Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey everybody, remember me? I'm Danae of DanaeKeener.com. You can find me there. It's a place where I post art. Art related to what? D&D, oftentimes, and things on this channel. So go check it out, DanaeKeener.com.
That's me. Hello. I was checking Snapchat because there's probably cats on there. My name's RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter, Twitch, and all the other socials. I normally retweet whenever I go live. I'm all over the place this month. I'm like doing Shakespeare, apparently. That's weird. But yeah, I'm also running a game in April. Look out for that. Or this month, actually. That's like in next week. Can you tell? It's been a stressful week.
You're awesome.
DanaeKeener.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Instagrams, all that fun stuff. You can find me on Hack Recklessly's Twitch and the YouTube channel, where you could find next week the newest adventure in Monster of the Week one-shots. This one is called Darkness Falls. It stars some lovely people, including Harlan, who is friend of my channel, and Ivy and Nika. It's a wonderful little romp into Great Falls National or State Park in Virginia, and there's some spooky stuff that's going on. That should be out Tuesday. I usually release them on Tuesday, so that's the plan. And then for me, you can find me on Nerd Immersion's channel on Wednesday. We're doing our Lost Mines of Phandelver game. And there are some really great highlights. So if you haven't seen it, haven't been watching, at least watch last week, because we had a beach episode, which was amazing. And we had many moments. Someone referenced the thing from Lord of the Rings where it's like, oh, did you know that he broke his toe in this scene? When it was choice. It was great. My character got beat up by her friends on purpose. It was fun. But yeah. And then we're back on Sunday with our Playthings of the Gods, which is a D&D 15, level 15 game. They're going up to Icewind Dale to figure out what's going on with the Warforged 1973, who is the champion of Helm. So that'll be fun. But yeah, all my stuff's on my socials, DanaeKeener.com.
Oi, I'm Cyber. I'm here. I stream on my channel too, but we just finished Dredge and I don't know what I'm streaming next. thenakedgator.com.
If you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. But that is it for our show. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to Wings for putting on another fantastic show in this Weird West setting. And thank you to all these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. See you soon.